Okay.
We're back in the stew.
Back in the stew, episode 8.
Yep. Uh, One of our last clips actually
Got
blew up.
a lot more traction than usual.
Yeah. Um, we're finally getting comfortable doing this. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, we're actually gonna start streaming on Twitch now as well. So we're gonna be like reacting to videos, whatever, doing. What else will we do?
Yeah. Reacting videos, talking about stuff basically similar to the podcast. And then we'll also be doing a bit of gaming here and there.
Yeah, playing COD and whatever. Chess,
Just a
whatever.
bit more of a chilled kind of view of us compared to the podcast.
Yep.
So I feel like you're gonna probably see a different side, but expect more clips of a different scenario. I mean, a different location.
Yeah. Because we're about to make big change. Okay, so is my hair fine, by the way?
Yes.
All right. So we start then.
Yeah.
All right. So first of all, I want to ask you a question. You know, when you go to like Spain and have you been to Spain?
I've been to Tenerife.
And
Just
then
kind of like a
have you seen like in Spain where there's African people like on the street like selling like toys and that?
yeah. You
Bro,
talking about like the street sellers?
Yeah, like we don't have that in the UK. Like people, the UK gets a lot of hate, bro, but the UK doesn't like other races have rights here.
Is
Bro,
this
like
similar
minorities.
to the conversation we had about like people not having you don't see certain people in certain jobs, and then in different countries like Spain,
Yep.
it's a bit more consistent. Would you say?
Yeah, like in the UK is a lot more it's a lot more freedoms, bro. Like even Moroccans and Arabs in Spain, bro, they're just out here selling like carpets and stuff. And African people as well. And like here, like you wouldn't see that, bro. Like black people and Arab people and minorities have like pretty much same rights as white people. Obviously there is still a difference, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, but would you say that that's a job? What they're doing in Spain?
I mean, it's kind of
Are
weird in
they
Spain
being
because
employed?
it's like there's like a strip, right? Like I don't know if you ever been. I went to like Magaluf, yeah. There's like a party strip,
Yeah.
and like or whatever, like Magaluf, Mallorca, whatever. And then there's just like African people like selling teddy bears, but like it's so obvious that they're selling drugs, and the police know this. Like the police aren't stupid, bro. They just kind of keep it like as a no-go zone area. Like, yeah, we know you're selling drugs, but we just like turn a blind eye to it, type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
like they definitely do. Some of them for sure. I've been there, and they just sort of like hint at other things on the side. They're either selling sunglasses or they're selling
yeah,
drugs.
yeah, but
Weed.
it's like it's so like I don't know. It's like the class system there's a way worse than here. You know what I mean? Um,
A bit more, I would say, a bit more obvious in there.
yeah. Also, did you see that? Did you see ChatGPT 4.0, the image generation thing?
The images you sent me, I did see.
Yeah,
Those
bro, it's
were
crazy, bro. This
like I'll
image.
bring them up right now. Those were that's crazy.
Like it can make one of us as well. Like if I just look at the camera and I make it do it, it will literally do it.
It's like consistent though with the cartoon, like the art style. It's like
Yeah,
it can literally do a whole thing for you if you wanted to.
bro.
Kanye West with the
It was making
swastika.
animations as well. Like,
The Kanye West with the swastika necklace is crazy.
yep. And also, bro, I woke up on Twitter today just seeing Osama bin Laden Studio Ghibli anime. Like,
What do you mean?
like pictures of Osama bin Laden as a flipping anime
Yeah,
character, bro. Like, why? Again, this is back to the same conversation. Why is AI doing that? Why is AI doing all the bullshit and not the real jobs, man?
It's because people are just getting it to do all that shit. Like that's the thing. Like when it's in certain hands, it's gonna be used comically rather than like actually like
Yeah, but I feel like the usefulness of it is not really being, what's the word? Quenched.
not
Or
being
you
utilized.
utilize to its potential. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like what right now? What is the most useful thing it's being used for? Is I guess jobs.
Yeah, I mean, it is useful in jobs. Obviously, it is useful, but I mean, it's not really like, it's not like life-savingly useful. It's more like a tool that's like kind of useful here and there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Although a lot of I bet you a lot of that stuff is behind the lines. Like we don't know how much the medical industry is using it,
Probably they probably are using it
or the
quite a bit.
government are using it.
Yep.
But maybe the government are using it for the wrong reasons,
Yeah. Um.
being more effective with data collection.
Yeah. But a lot of people have bullshit AI courses now, like the Iman Gadzis. You know Iman Gadzi, right?
Who?
It's like a pyramid scheme guy. Like all these
Oh,
gurus,
nice.
all these gurus, they just make like these like AI schemes, and they
What's his
just
name?
Iman Gadzi.
What does he do?
He's like a pyramid scheme don.
As in, like, what pyramid?
Like fucking multi-level marketing and shit. Like join this agency. You know what I mean?
So, like, so he just gets people to join an agency, and it's like a marketing agency.
Yeah, it's just like a bullshit marketing agency, and he's like, you can grow your business here, whatever, all this bullshit. But what I'm trying to say to you is that like they're doing that with AI now. Like I don't know, I feel like there's so many people like trying to exploit the AI wave. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think there's a lot to take advantage of. Like,
But the jobs are gonna go soon. Like even the I don't know if you know Claude, the AI.
no.
It's like probably the second best after ChatGPT, maybe even better. But the owner was like, yeah, within 3 months, 3 to 4 months, or like 90% of code will be done by AI, and like within a year, it's gonna be fully automated. So
I mean, isn't that good?
yeah, it is good, but it's good if the government,
Like, you kind of want coding to be easier.
yep, you do. But again, there will be layoffs.
There will be. I mean, there's so many people that went into coding because obviously everyone was like, "Oh, this is going to be huge. You make so much money as a coder." Now it's like almost the reverse. I mean, to be fair, you could just be like a okay, like for example, you did coding. Like, how easy is it to just transition into just doing AI coding?
As in code it.
Let's just
Okay,
say
how can
you.
I say that? It's kind of like going from it's like going from like finger painting to like using a
Yeah, but let's just say me like.
printer.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, let's just say
You get
you
me?
just get made like redundant. Um, and then you're like, all right, well, I need to do something that's similar to whatever I'm doing. Like, would you actually have to do a whole new course to be able to do AI?
No, of course not, bro. You can I guarantee if you wanted to code right now, you'd be able to. Okay, maybe not now. Let's say you probably can do it to a reasonable degree now, but probably in 5 months you'll be able to create professional websites that would have required years of experience before.
No, no, no. But I'm saying, let's just say you get replaced.
Yep.
Like you did coding and
Mhm.
you got replaced. You went to uni, you did coding
Mhm.
and you got replaced. But now the only jobs out there are to code AI,
Yep.
right? Like,
That's not a real job.
what do you
Like
mean?
people are like, you need to learn AI as a skill. Like, no, you don't. I mean, you do. Okay, there is some skill to prompting the AI, but it's like,
Can you
how
just be a
hard is
code?
it?
Can you just be a coder and then code AI? Like, do you need to learn anything to be able to do AI?
No, no.
So you could just
Anyone can do it.
the base knowledge you learn at uni about coding, computer science.
It's useless.
Wait, no, that's what I'm saying. As in, like, how? So can you do AI with that? Like, as in, that information you garnered is enough to do AI.
To use AI.
To no code AI.
Code AI?
To create AI.
Oh, create AI? No, not really. Yeah.
So how do you get
AI is not created by magical code. You know, this code is not is very simple. That what makes AI like strong is the scaling. Like you need data centers and like hella GPUs and that. Do you get it?
Okay.
That's what the code is. Just easy. You just train it on a data set and you just use a neural network and whatever. Like obviously the code is not easy, but it's public. Like anyone, you can just get the code from anywhere. You get me? So
So there's nothing special about like being an AI
no,
coder.
no, my friend. I mean, obviously it is. I don't want to take away. There's a lot of
Don't know if,
talented people out
don't know
there.
if we're gonna incite some rage in the comments here, but
No, but what I'm trying to say is that it's not as complicated as you guys might look.
any coders out there that do AI, please tell us more in the comments. Let us know. You know, if you have a different opinion.
Yeah.
I want to know if how hard it is to do coding for AI. Would this be like a thing that you just be made redundant and you can't transition into AI? Like, I'm just wondering. Like, is your job actually lost as a coder?
I mean, if you look at all the computer science memes on Instagram, have you seen them? It's like
Yeah, it's just like
McDonald's homeless.
yeah. I mean, that's what I think when I see that. I'm like, oh, okay, so they are made redundant. So I guess there is some like learning curve that you need to do AI, because AI is not going to be you're not going to be replaced as an AI technician or whatever. You're always going to be there's always going to be a need for an AI technician, right? Unless you get an AI to be a technician.
Yeah, which you can do.
But then what about the technician for that AI technician? I mean, it's just going to keep
the infinite paradox.
There's always going to be a technician for AI.
No. I think there is a point where the human is no longer needed.
What? So there'll never be the AI is just too perfect. You'll never need to be a technician for it.
No, it will be able to just. All you need to do is just enjoy.
How many years?
Not long.
Tomorrow.
1-2 years. This can't be anything.
1 or 2 years. I swear, like that is always your typical go-to mind frame.
No, I mean, I'm telling you, bro. I mean, you're seeing it yourself, no? You think it's further? You think it's like too far?
What perfect AI?
Enough to replace jobs.
No, as in like perfect AI that doesn't need any tinkering or
enough to fully replace a job. Completely.
Enough to fully replace a job. Yeah, I agree. Like probably in 1 to 2 years, you can see the most technical jobs out there being able to be replaced.
But isn't that scary though? Because the layoffs.
No, that's great because whenever I speak to ChatGPT, it seems like it's getting smarter and smarter, and it's starting to become like my fitness coach. It's starting to become my nutritionist. It's starting to become like
my therapist,
my doctor. Even though I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna take every medical advice it gives me, but like it is kind of being like everything.
Yeah.
Like, and it's free. Like imagine you would, for the consulting services that you would get from asking an AI, let's just say like 10 years ago where you didn't have AI, you would have had to just pay like a decent amount of money just to get some sort of advice about things.
Literally.
And sometimes it's actually hard to locate all this information online because it's all scattered everywhere.
Now Google just gives a summary now as well, AI summary. Yeah.
It summarizes it, and then also it has memory updates. It remembers you and allocates the information towards you specifically, which is hard to do with an internet search. Like you don't have a whole paragraph to search on Google. You only have a line. So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like Google's actually getting replaced.
Yeah.
I don't use Google as much.
Yeah. It's not apparently it's like tanked a lot.
ChatGPT is my search engine.
Sometimes I do still use Google.
Yeah.
But then Google also uses their own AI summary. So
yeah. Oh yeah, true. That is true. Every time I speak to Google, I'm speaking to an AI.
Yeah. So let me give you a nice little thing about AI though about Israel.
Okay.
It's a nice crazy fact. So what happened is that the Israeli government used AI in its how can I say, it's like, you know, the public diplomacy, like, you know, the public relations department.
Okay.
They basically, it's kind of like the propaganda department. The Israel government used AI to create pro-Israel messages, right? And then what happened was the AI, it was called Fact Finder, right? So the AI it's like it gets actual facts, and then to like post on the propaganda department. The AI was built to fix like misinformation about like Zionism, and then what happened is that when the AI was fed real historical data, what happened was it couldn't actually produce a coherent pro-Israel stance. Like it wasn't able to. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is that they used the AI to try and defend Zionism, but when the AI was fed real historical data, it literally could not provide a pro-Israel stance.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess it's always, every time you speak to an AI and you try to get like a specific answer, don't you think it's always very neutral?
Yeah.
Like it has to be fair.
Yes. But that's a very good point. And then when it was fed the data, it literally could not be neutral. Do you understand? It was unable to. Do you understand? Because
you mean like the opposite, as in it can't be not neutral. Like it had to be fair. As in against Israel, it wasn't what they're trying to feed.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's not neutral then because it's taken a side.
Did it take a side?
Yeah, it's again.
Oh, I thought you were saying
it was unable to be pro-Zionist when fed the data because the AI, it basically exposed all the flipping contradictions in Zionism's.
Oh right, yeah, but that's extreme though. Zionism is an extreme take, no?
Zionism is the general ideology of Israel. Zionism, like for example, I don't know, a U.S. senator will be I'm a Zionist. Will say I'm a Zionist. Like Zionism is Israel's ideology.
Okay.
What Zionism basically means is kind of a Jewish ethno state, right?
So what's the equivalent to like an Arab?
ISIS.
Yeah, I mean it's an extreme
Zionism.
it's an extreme
Yeah,
state of
yeah,
mind.
but it's normalized. That's what's weird about
It's
it.
like the Taliban in Afghanistan, you'd say.
No, it's like ISIS. ISIS. It's even worse than Taliban. Taliban is
Yeah,
terrible.
but ISIS, like Middle Easterns, didn't all agree with ISIS.
Yeah, I know. That's the weird part. Muslims, who are usually branded as extremists, most of them went against ISIS. The Jewish ethno state is actually looked up to. Maybe because they have more money and they're more, civilized. They don't butcher. I mean, they do butcher kids on this. Actually, they've killed more people than ISIS. Israel has killed more people than ISIS. They've burnt kids alive and stuff. Even ISIS didn't go that far. Obviously, I'm not defending ISIS, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know,
mass, right? But like that's
Yeah.
I mean, it's all bad,
yeah,
but it's just seen as like a bit more under the rug when it comes to Israel.
yep, yeah. But the protests and the general rage of the population is just starting to like kind of go a bit crazy. I don't know if you used to but like there's a lot of people against it now.
Against what?
Against Israel.
Oh right, yeah. I mean, man, Jews have had they've had a tough time in history.
They have, and anti-Semitism is a major problem. I'm not gonna say that it's not actually, and I think now more than ever, anti-Semitism is like on the rise.
Yeah,
Do you agree? Like this Kanye stuff and.
But I feel like anti-Semitism always kind of goes up and down.
Yeah, it's been that's what I mean, and that's why this podcast is called "All Roads Lead to Anti-Semitism." It comes full circle. I feel like this Zionism. I feel like, and can you only imagine what Zionism is doing to anti-Semitism? Like it's fueling it so hard. It's like because anti-Semites will see that they'll use that as an opportunity to exploit the Zionism crimes and to just shift it to blaming the Jews. You get me?
Yeah.
And especially when you see so many Jews have power and stuff, like, that's just you can win over the working class so easily, and that's what my man did. The main man. But there's another really weird phenomenon. It's not anti-Semitism. It's not Zionism. You can only guess what it is. Anti-Semitic Zionism. So like Robert F.K. Jr., right? The guy who's in Trump's administration.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the Minister of Health. Okay.
Okay.
He's a 65-year-old steroid head. Okay, the Ministry of Health, and he actually blamed COVID on Ashkenazi Jews, but at the same time, he's the most pro-Israel guy in the history of any U.S. department. Like he's a proud Zionist, but at the same time, he has like 9/11 conspiracies about Jews, how they were dancing under tunnels and shit, and like also Trump. Yeah, like it's just insane. Like the whole administration's like that though.
Wait, so he blames Jews for COVID,
Yes,
as in
Yeah.
for COVID starting.
For creating COVID. Like he thinks it's like someone sat like in a fucking basement. There's like typical Jewish like look.
Yeah.
And then they were like, yeah, like just cook up COVID and stuff.
Well,
And
people thought Bill Gates created COVID.
yeah, I mean they think it's just conspiratorial thinking. Like I think it's a lie. I think it's just bullshit.
I mean, I think the likelihood of that being the case is slim. I mean, I guess the argument is that they wanted to do it because it would just, I guess, there would be some sort of benefit from them. I don't remember what the benefit was for Bill Gates.
But isn't that funny though? Like at the same time, they're so anti-Semitic because they think it's like Jews run everything. Like they even control COVID. They even control our diseases. But at the same time, they're pro-Zionists.
Yeah.
Isn't that like total fucking... It's like they hate Muslims and hate Jews. It does really make sense though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Is there anything in my nose, by the way? Oh, okay. So the next point is... Yeah, like, and then people, like, if you go interview people on the street in Israel, you know what they'll say?
What?
They'll be like, we want peace. But obviously they want peace. They want to occupy in peace.
Yeah, but people do want peace. Obviously, they just want to have what they want and peace.
Yeah, exactly. They want to occupy in peace.
Yeah.
That's my point. Occupiers want peace. Like, it's like, it's just bullshit, man. Like,
Yeah, and
and then they only protest for their hostages. Like in Israel, there's protests. Sorry, what were we saying?
yeah, I think they just want the best of both.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. They want the cake and eat it. But yeah, I mean now, and then they were put in a group chat like Trump and them lot. Did you see that?
No.
JD Vance, Trump, and flipping the whole administration were in a group chat
Talking about what?
talking about bombing Yemen. In a flipping group chat, and they accidentally added a journalist in, and he took a few screenshots before he got kicked out. And one of the screenshots was like JD Vance, the vice president. One of the guys was like to him, "Yeah, we just saw him enter his girlfriend's house. We're gonna send him hell," and the building collapsed. Like they were talking about bombing a guy in Yemen's building while he went into his girlfriend's house.
Wait, so they had screenshots out there of Trump in a group chat with other governing people.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
Yeah.
It's it's vice president JD Vance and like the military.
And they're
US
all just there like, haha, we should bomb Yemen.
No, we should. They are like they talked about the target. They're like, yeah, we saw my man go into his girlfriend's house, and they were like, yeah, the building's gonna collapse now. They were like, yeah, let's go on.
And then he just posts,
and
like,
they're posting emojis and shit.
they'd post a GIF, and it's just like
Literally.
them like just laughing and shit. That's crazy. I mean, like you can imagine that happening, but that's crazy.
Yeah, that's funny.
I mean, if anyone's doing that, Trump is doing that.
Yeah.
So,
And did you know that in Israel? So in Israel right now, there's protests, right? But they're only protesting for their hostages. It's like they protest, right? And they have like the Israel flag everywhere, and they also have
Yeah.
like the gay pride flag. But it's not like they're protesting against the apartheid state. They're protesting against Netanyahu's extreme right-wing government. But they're what I call liberal Zionists. They are liberals, like on the surface, like Kamala Harris, but they're pro-Zionist. So what they want is not an apartheid state. They want a gay apartheid state. You know what I mean?
what?
They want like a gay apartheid state. They want an apartheid state that's like friendly with liberal standards. That's what they want in Israel.
They want a gay apartheid state.
Yes. That's what they care about.
Nothing against gay people. I mean,
yeah. Nothing against gay people.
know.
But what I'm trying to say is that they are trying to pretend that they're part of the liberal cause while being Zionist. Like, how the fuck do you get me? Like, that doesn't even work, bro.
Yeah.
And then they had do you remember that debate they had in the Israeli Knesset, which is the equivalent of like the parliament? Do you remember it?
The Knesset.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's the equivalent of the parliament.
So that's what they call it.
Yeah. Do you remember what they had a debate about?
What?
Basically, some Palestinian prisoners got raped, and then someone like a whistleblower from the Israeli.
Sorry, I wasn't laughing. It's
Yeah.
just like so out of nowhere.
One of the whistleblowers from the prison like leaked that, and then those rapists got arrested, right?
Yeah.
And what happened though? There were protests in Israel, but they weren't protesting against the rape. They were protesting against why were they arrested for raping.
Okay. So they're defending the rape.
Yes, they were protesting because they were like, this guy's Hamas. Like, you should be able to do whatever the fuck you want with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
which is crazy.
yeah, which is crazy after invading their land, abusing them, killing their kids, or everything. And then, so this went into Knesset, but they weren't debating in the Knesset about whether to, like even to shut down the protest. They were debating if rape was good. So they were going back and forth. Like, imagine Keir Starmer right now going back and forth with Jeremy Corbyn. Should we rape? Should we not rape?
I mean, yeah, to be open about that as well is just kind of crazy. Like, they just don't see anything glaringly obviously wrong about that.
Yeah, I mean, they don't give a fuck. Like, it's, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much longer Israel can stand for, man. I'll really be honest. Like, I just don't know how much longer it is. I mean, like when you're in a conflict and you're killing like 47% children. Like the highest since the Rwandan genocide.
Is that what the stat is?
The stat. You want to hear the stat?
Yeah.
It's the highest children killed since the Rwandan genocide, right? Do you want to know the actual stats though? Okay.
Yeah.
So 40% children, 21% women, 6% elderly. Okay? Just listen. That leaves 33% men. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's take a conservative estimate. Let's say half of these men were Hamas, right?
Okay.
That means their hit rate of Hamas is 15%. So 85% civilian rate is what they're hitting. I mean, that's not even funny, but like, what can you do at this point? Like,
I mean, that's a bit of a... Genocidal.
Bro, like even in a video game, if you hit a civilian, the game ends. Like, have you played COD campaign when you kill a civilian and the game goes blurry and it ends? Like, even in a video game,
like even in GTA, if you kill a civilian in front of a police officer, you get 1 star.
literally,
Stack it up.
literally,
I
literally.
mean,
Like, bro, in this, they're not just killing one civilian. It's like overwhelming. It's like close to 90% civilians, bro. That's insane, bro. Even that XQC clip of him killing a civilian in the game and it ends is funny. I don't know if you've seen it. It's fucking funny.
which game?
I know he's playing a game and then a civilian threw a rock at him and then he shot the civilian, and even his friend in the voice chat was like, "Yo, don't kill a civilian." Like, even in the video game, they have more decorum.
I mean, everyone knows killing innocent people is wrong. It just seems like it's a bit more blurred when it comes to these kind of semantics.
Yeah, I mean, in Israel, they just don't give a... Like, shame has just gone a completely other window. Like, just discussing rapes and shit. Like, they just don't give a fuck.
1 in 2 highest kids killed since the Rwandan genocide.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And yeah, they were using and to speed up that, they were using AI system called Lavend, which basically like
Yeah, what is that?
basically it looks at people who they think as Hamas targets,
Yeah.
and it calculates for like, it's called Lavend, right? It calculates for around like 20 seconds if it's a Hamas member or not, and then just bombs.
So how would it know though?
That's what I'm saying. There's no human intervention. It's so like there's such a like it's so like random.
It could just tell that it's like a Hamas member.
No, it does a man check. So if it's not a man, it won't bomb it because it's most likely not Hamas.
Yeah.
But if it's a man, it's like 20 seconds of debating. You know, AI models aren't even there yet. There's a high error rate.
Yeah.
And it just fucking just sends it, bro. Just sends it.
I mean, that's crazy. I mean, like, it's just there's just not really enough accuracy for that, so they just don't really. Is that actually a real thing?
It's a real thing. It's a real thing. This was documented by Israeli journalists, even, and they had another one called Where's Daddy, which would like track them in homes.
Yeah.
And just bomb the home, you know, with all the civilians
But
there.
it's called Where's Daddy.
And you know why it's called Where's Daddy?
Such a sexual name.
You know why it's called Where's Daddy? Because it's bombing the home, right? And it's trying to find the father, the man of the house. So where's Daddy? Like, where's our dad? You know what I mean?
Oh, it's trying to like abolish the power in the home.
Yeah, and you can only guess what these AI systems resulted in.
What?
Like families wiped out.
Oh yeah, no, obviously. Yeah, no, I mean, like, if you're just creating something like that, then, I mean, the amount of innocent people dying, and then also just, like, it's basically, like, it's, take away the whole, like, identifying Hamas, it's just going to kill whatever that's in the area.
Yep.
Or just, like, a man, more so. I mean, if it's coded to just find men.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's just crazy to me. I mean, like, you gotta think, like, is wars been like this since the dawn of time?
No, this is like a new, like even in Ukraine and Russia, but they have a bit of decorum. Like, they're fighting in a forest with trenches, and like even when they kill someone, you know what I mean, they might let them have a funeral on that. Like, bro, in the Middle East, like, it's fucked, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
so what's this wait, so Trump's threatening civilians on Twitter?
Oh yeah, he was like, yeah, if you hide a hostage in your house, we're gonna bomb you. We don't give a fuck. He tweeted that like a.
But did he say that in like a sort of blurred lines?
No, he just said it explicitly. He was like, if you are a civilian, you hide a hostage, we will bomb you. He doesn't give a fuck. He posted the AI Gaza video.
Yeah, I mean, he's basically just saying if you're just gonna like not cooperate, then you're just part of them.
And I saw another really messed up video. Is basically a bomb being dropped on a hospital in Palestine.
Yeah.
And there was like the people filming it. There was like a family in the background, like a mother and kids.
Yeah.
And they were laughing. And I was
like,
why? I was like, why were they laughing? Right? That doesn't make any sense.
Isn't in the AI video?
No, it's not an AI video. It's just a
real video.
Yeah,
of them just laughing.
No, they're filming the hospital. Yeah. And they're seeing a bomb slowly being dropped, and the mum with her kids is laughing, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking, like, why are they laughing? That doesn't make any sense. And someone in the comments mentioned why they were laughing. It's so dark. What? They were laughing because they were trying to make the kids think that it's a joke and like fireworks when the bomb was dropping, so they don't get scared.
Oh, I saw a video of a kid that was there, and she was like like making the kid just sort of just feel like it's fine.
Yep. So they'd pretend to laugh. That's kind of, yeah, it's fucked.
I saw the same thing happen in like a Ukrainian video as well. I mean, it's just that is just kind of what you do when you're like, obviously if you have kids, you don't want them to know what's going on.
And that's even like when I was in Lebanon, 2006. My parents would do that. Like they'd be like you can hear like the bombs dropping, and then they'd be like, yeah, everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. But like, you know, when they like send us to bed, I can see that they're worried, bro. Like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're just pretending that everything's good, but they were fucking scared, bro.
I mean, just being a kid, you just think that this is just life. It's reality. You don't know any better. But being an adult in that situation is stress. Like, and then having kids as well. Yeah, man, I don't know how these people do it. Honestly, like obviously it's not a choice, but it's just crazy what they have to go through. I mean, everyone in any type of war situation is crazy. Why does it have to happen, Zed? Can war just be abolished? Can we all just shake hands?
Well, there's some good news and there's bad news.
What?
The bad news is that no one is gonna this is never gonna change. That no one's gonna come and save these people. If like they're just gonna, Israel's gonna keep doing what they're doing. The evil's gonna keep doing what they're doing. But the good news is that leaves it like to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The people. You know what I mean? So basically, like Israel is actually, they also killed a journalist the other day. He was a 23-year-old named Hassam Shabbat, right? And he was killed in a precision attack. I mean, Israel kills everyone. They kill journalists. They kill aid workers.
So why did they kill him? He was just doing normal journalism.
He was journaling a lot in Gaza, and they killed him. But a few months before they killed him, actually, they were sending leaflets saying this guy's a terrorist. This guy's a terrorist. When he's never picked up a gun in his life, and then he's our age, 23. 24. Yeah, and then.
Okay.
Like he was born in a refugee camp, he was born in apartheid, whatever, all that, and then they killed him, which was really sad. And then when he was dying, like everyone around his deathbed, they kind of just he was like in his deathbed, he was just surrounded with his uniform on and like the microphone, and they were like putting the microphone to his face, like so fucking sad, bro.
When he was dying.
When he was dead, like he died doing his job.
Just like what? Just trying to like hear his breathing or something?
No. Like putting the microphone, like you did, like just, you know, like kind of like symbolically, you know what I mean?
Oh,
yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's fucked.
But what are you gaining out of that?
No, not Israel, the Palestinian people.
Oh, just like as in like
he died in his uniform, and they like put the mic to his face, like.
Oh, I see. Just like as a form of like, oh, respect.
You died doing your job type beat.
You just hear him go, "I'm not dead."
Yeah,
the mic against the mouth is crazy.
It's fucked though, but his last message was like, where are the people of the world? You know, where are the people of the UAE, Egypt, all that.
What does he mean by where?
Like, he was like, you're seeing us die every day, but you guys aren't doing anything.
Oh yeah. I mean, we spoke about this in the last podcast about how, you know, Dubai or the UAE just kind of like. It just doesn't feel like they're an ally.
Yeah, it feels like they're an enemy.
I mean, I think it's quite well known. I mean, the responses to that video. I mean, everyone clearly understands that the UAE definitely have issues with in that regard. It seems like they are a bit more favored towards the West.
Definitely.
And they do seem like an ally to the to Israel. So yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, they're just fueled by money. That's all they care about, really.
That's really all they give a fuck about. They're like vampires, bro. But anyway, we'll come back to that. I just want to say rest in peace to that guy, and it's actually very sad. But basically, Israel's so they killed him, and in Gaza there's only around 5 journalists left. They're trying to kill the rest, right?
Yeah.
There's like 5 to 7 left. There's like Hind, Anas, Bisan. So they killed Hassam. So they're trying to kill the rest, right? So Israel's actually trying to make the Gaza Strip go without journalists, obviously so they don't expose their war crimes and stuff.
Yeah.
Because what happened is You know, journalists are not allowed in the Gaza Strip, even from the Israel, like even from the West.
I mean, that makes sense though, right?
No, not because it's dangerous. Even if you go to the Israel, even if you like follow the IDF, you're not allowed to go with them. They'll take you on like a North Korea propaganda tour. You know what I mean? Where they like show like
They want
human
to
aid
cover up some
trucks.
stuff.
They'll show like human aid trucks, even though they're starving the population. Like,
But
ridiculous.
is that even an easy task to do nowadays with social media? I mean, like, surely we're able to see what's actually
Yeah,
going
that's
on.
what I'm saying. Like, we don't need journalists, but we still like because people in Gaza still have phones, they can still film it.
Do it? Yeah, I'll be honest. Like, I swear, like in terms of journalists, I mean, it depends on where you're seeing them, but like, aren't they just skewing the news anyway? Wouldn't you just rather a person hold out their phone and show you exactly what's happening?
Yeah, I know, but it's like they're still killing all of them because obviously journalists, like they can document it more thoroughly and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
these are journalists from the other side. Is that what you're saying?
From Gaza.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But what are they? I don't understand that actually. So there's journalists from Gaza going to document it. How are they even documenting this? Where are they going to post it? Who's watching it on TV?
some work for Al Jazeera, some work for
So they're posting it to the outside world.
yeah.
Because obviously it wouldn't be for their own people.
Yep.
Their own people are in camps, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, that's what's happening. But what's the sad thing is that when one journalist dies, there's like 5 left, right? Probably another child is gonna pick up the mic.
Yeah.
Because that guy who died started when he was like 14, bro. You know what I mean?
Wait, he died at 14?
No, he started journaling
Journalism at 14.
14. So,
Crazy. The maturity with that kid. I mean, you have to be, right? If you're
Literally.
in that situation, you just become an adult at like 12 because of everything you're seeing.
you're forced to grow up so fast. Like, and let's compare that to the other journalists, which is the flipping British media. So, okay, so now we have these people who are literally dying for fucking journalism. They're
Yeah.
dying at 23. And then you have British media like BBC, Sky News, who their people are so career driven, or like not even career driven. I don't want to make it sound like a bad thing or whatever, but they're so like they prioritize their career and like these like micro moving up in like the stupid BBC,
Yeah.
so that they don't even call Israel. They don't even tell the truth. They just hide shit. You know what I mean? Do you kind of get what I'm going at here?
As in, you're saying the journalists in the West where they're not really doing their jobs properly.
Yeah, as in
they're just sort of like just trying to create an agenda that's not actually factual.
As in, you see one person dying at 23, dying for journalism. He died for the cause, and then you see people in the BBC who don't even call it a genocide, who every time they say 50,000 die, they say Hamas-run health industry. Isn't that a bit weird that they use Hamas-run? Because why are you saying Hamas-run? Like, it's obviously Hamas is not doesn't have good connotations, right? So they're trying to make it sound like unreliable. It's coming from a terrorist group. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they just do this bullshit shit, and not one single British or Western media front, other than the alternate fucking news channels like maybe Vice News or whatever. But no BBC, no mainstream Western news outlet has ever called it a genocide yet. You know that, right?
Yeah.
So on one side you have people dying at age fucking, you know what I mean? It's just.
I mean, it is kind of like a political side, right? Like you're taking a political side, so that...
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's like they've taken Israel's side.
Yeah. No, I mean that's the thing. Like obviously, it would be a bit surreal to see someone from the Western. I mean, I guess a news outlet from the Western media going, like a bit more like Palestinian sort of sided.
Yeah, I mean it's. I mean they might report about a few deaths here and there. They might put a little story. They might put like a little story of like a struggling mother in Gaza or something. But they'll never attribute it to anyone. They'll just view it as like a humanitarian struggle. Like they'll never say who's doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get adverts regarding Gaza,
Yeah.
quite some bit actually, and I just find it interesting that I thought that would be kind of blocked out.
Yeah, I mean even that documentary, No Other Land, it's still not available by any major distributor. It's not available on Netflix. It's not available on.
What is that?
Do you not know about the Oscar-winning documentary?
What
the Palestinian documentary?
They must have like released that pretty recently.
Yeah, it was released like 6 months ago. Have you heard about it? Did you not see when they won the Oscar? Wait, you didn't see
I
it?
don't watch the Oscars though.
Bro, it was insane. It went viral. Basically, it's a documentary with the Israeli guy who's anti-Israel. He defected from the army, right?
Yeah.
And Palestinian guy, and then it was about them in the West Bank, like documenting the war crimes and stuff. And basically, what happened was they uploaded it, and no one actually watched it, like, because it was not available on any distributor. It's only like available on like YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
And then they were nominated for an Oscar, and then no one ever thought they would win. Like, Oscars, like, bro, like, you have Gal Gadot. You know who Gal Gadot is? The Israeli actress, Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have Selena Gomez, like, all these proud Zionists, Ben Stiller, all that, and then they fucking won, bro. And then they were going on stage, right? You can see all these like Zionists in the crowd, like Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot was meant to present it, by the way, but she dropped out because she knew they were gonna win. So Selena Gomez presented it, and then you can see all these actors, like, they weren't standing up. You know how you meant to stand up and clap? They weren't standing up, and then so when they were presenting it, like, you can see the guys like like shaky, he's like about to cry because, bro, man's coming from a fucking genocide war zone. He's coming to LA, flipping Hollywood, where like everyone's a Zionist and like funds this shit. Like, this shit is insane. So Selena Gomez pretended to fix her dress so she doesn't clap. You can see that she's doing it, and then Samuel L. Jackson was like rolling his eyes. And like Ben Stiller was like sat down. Like, bro, it's just so depressing.
I
like,
need to see that. That's crazy.
It's fucking depressing. I'll show you the clip.
I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy in general that they ended up winning. I thought that how rigged the Oscars is, you wouldn't even see that.
That's exactly what I thought. But I think there was one person who was like, "Fucking man, I believe in this people," and just made the decision. You know what I mean? That's so crazy that they actually won. Because how much Zionist influence is there in Hollywood? Probably so much.
Yeah, in media, in American media.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that is crazy. I mean, the fact that they won is also just shows that, you know, there is some level of like, oh, wow, this was really, really good, like, piece of, documentation. But yeah, I need to watch it actually. I haven't watched it. I didn't even know about it.
Yeah, I've watched like half of it. It's really sad though. It's really sad. Like, one clip was like, you know, the Israeli soldiers just came to a village and they were like, yeah, sorry, we're gonna have to like bulldoze the whole thing. They start bulldozing in front of them, and then they start taking this guy's generator. He's like, yo, I need the generator to like generate electricity, you know? So he starts grabbing it off his hand, like they're doing a tug of war, and then the IDF soldier just shoots him, just kills
both
him.
of them.
No, he kills the civilian.
Oh, okay. Oh, IDF soldiers trying to take away from the civilian.
Yeah. Oh, and that's just like a day. That's just a day in the life. Like, that happens every day.
That's
do you understand?
I mean, the fact that they've got that documented, I mean, that just, at least that's able to be shown to the world, which is like...
Yeah, I mean, I think now we've seen more than enough, bro. I mean, I saw a clip
one thing.
I mean, I saw a clip the other day of a kid eating like grass sandwiches and shit. It's fucked up. I shouldn't even laugh, bro. Like,
there's no way.
Yeah, I swear. And like another clip of like a kid's head decapitated, and like the father just holding the kid's head, and just like that's just like daily.
It's like I mean, it's hard to watch when that's all on your feed. It's hard to watch, but that's the thing. A lot of people just want to have a blind eye to it because you want to be able to just, you know, live.
Yeah, but these guys are like.
But that is the reality of things. Like, it's hard to sort of sit there and go, oh, but I could just, you know, wake up, go to Starbucks, have my coffee, not have to worry about like what's going on here. But
yeah, but the thing is that these guys, it's not even just that. It's like these guys are actually like the journalist who died. His last message was like, guys, please help us. Like, these guys are begging for help.
Yeah.
And we're doing nothing. Like, protests have not worked. Boycotts have not worked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We need to.
The boycotts weren't gonna work. People not getting McDonald's Happy Meal or like a random meal from here and there, and not purchasing these things. It's not gonna overshadow. Like, they're gonna still be able to make. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, some boycotts have worked. Tesla's been getting screwed over.
Tesla's getting burnt down and shit, and then
Tesla's getting actually screwed.
Trump was like, if you guys fucking vandalize Tesla, we're gonna send you to El Salvador. You know that El Salvadorian prison? Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, he was saying that like he's gonna be sending prisoners to that like El Salvadorian prison. Like,
I don't know if you've seen it. It's like such a like lockdown prison. It's like you can't.
Yeah. It's like segregated.
It's like what's that anime? It's not prison school. It's like pure like it's like a brutal prison, bro. Like you wake up, you have a metal fork, you have a metal spoon, and it's just rice.
It's like where you'd put like absolute crazy serial killers.
Yeah, literally. So I guess you can't criticize Tesla. I guess.
But they dropped their stock dropped by like what 50% or something. It was like insane. Like they went up to like almost like a trillion something value and then dropped dramatically.
Yep.
And now they're just like, there's not great amount of future in Tesla. I mean, Elon was tweeting about like, oh yeah, in the next 5 years Tesla's gonna be crazy. Like it's gonna be progressing. You can see it growing as the biggest company. But I think he was just saying it almost in a sort of a coping way.
Yeah, we have like 10 minutes more. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it is boycott can work, but not all cases.
Yeah, boycott can work, but what I'm trying to say is that these people, no one's coming to save them. Again, no one is gonna do anything.
No.
We're in the country that is funding it. We have to do something. We can't do nothing. Otherwise,
we gotta go knock on 10 Downing Street and see what we can do. I mean,
these are your words, not mine. You know what I mean? We can't because they're begging. They're begging us. They're begging like, please, where's the world? Where is the world? What are we doing? We're not eating Starbucks, so we don't feel guilty. We're going to a protest, and then finally we can go on our holidays. Oh, we just don't want to think. We could just go on our holidays. We can. That's not gonna change anything, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think the average person just doesn't think that they can do a lot of change, but I think obviously,
I mean, when what happened to
working as a hive is better.
When what happened to Mark Duggan and remember the BLM thing, the UK riots, they burnt the city down, bro, over one man, which again the police did kill him.
Yeah,
but we have thousands of children dying. So how pissed are we?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing.
There is actually a correlation between BLM and Palestine protests. Like even the Hamas leader, you know the Hamas leaders, in one of his interviews, he was like, yeah, but like, you see how in America you have the same struggles as us. George Floyd was killed. You guys stood up for him. Why can't you stand up for us as well?
Yeah.
Obviously he's pro the BLM movement and that. And then also even when in the documentary No Other Land, when they were protesting that guy who got shot with the generator, they were saying like Palestinian lives matter, like borrowing slogans from BLM. So BLM and Palestine movement has some connection.
Yeah.
Also, but obviously there is some corruption in the BLM thing. I know that they took the donations and like just bought a house with it or something.
For the BLM thing?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that there was some sort of funding that I didn't know that people donated to the BLM and then it actually ended up going somewhere. I just thought it was like a movement to protest.
No, it definitely is a emancipatory movement, but that's my point. It's like Palestine's struggle is not a nationalist struggle. It's not Islamo-supremacism. It's not Arab supremacism. It's a universal struggle. That's why they find connection and they find, what's that word, like relate. They can relate to BLM. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, I was gonna ask. So this Chris Kaba guy.
Oh yeah, so he got shot as well.
Chris Kaba got shot.
Yeah, he got shot. That was like a year ago, I think, and they just killed him.
And there wasn't a lot of information regarding this?
There was like they pulled up to him and he didn't. They pulled up to him with guns and they told him to stop the car and he just kept moving and they just killed him, which is terrible. But the thing is, he was actually.
I mean, he didn't stop the car.
Yeah. Nah.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Like you could have rammed his car, yeah, and like stopped it from moving.
He just kept going, and they just killed him.
Yeah, no, I mean it's quite drastic.
Yeah, like really drastic.
But like,
and again, I'm not defending his character. Obviously, rest in peace to him. I don't know anything about him, but he was a 6'7" member. Like he did make drill music about killing people and that. He might have not been, he might have made mistakes in his life. I'm not gonna deny that, but I'm saying do you really shoot him for trying to drive off? You killed him.
Wait. Chris. Wait, are we talking about the in Central that was the shooting Chris Kaba?
No. It was in Burston.
Chris Kaba. Are we thinking about the same thing? Because if it's the one that I was looking at prior, I don't know if this happened a year ago. It wasn't a thing that was the case figured out a year ago.
No. It was I think it was.
It happened a year ago, or the case.
I think the case was a year ago, like 8 months ago, maybe.
Yeah, because was it to do with like, I think that the police had backlash regarding it.
Yeah, they did.
But then they actually released the tapes a year ago.
And then they released the tapes, but I don't think that made it any better. The tapes might even be worse.
Was the tape his car driving, and then a bunch of cars coming in and stopping him?
Yeah.
And then someone rolls out in front of him and shoots him.
Yeah.
At night, right?
Yeah.
And he's just come out from a nightclub.
I think so.
And there was a shooting that happened in the nightclub that was
associated
with his car.
Yeah.
And he also was involved in a robbery and a shooting the day before.
Yeah, that's not. Car. Yeah, he's obviously not perfect, but
but like that, like.
Did he really shoot someone though?
Yeah, but he wasn't just driving. He was about to ram another police officer.
I don't think so. You can look at the footage. He's not.
I did. Okay, so one of my friends, like, you know, he works as a detective at the police, and he was saying that if you're in that situation, one, that car was involved in a shooting. Mm. Two, this guy's known to be involved in gang violence.
Again, he's made some mistakes in his life, but how do you know that the guy that he's shooting is not? Do you understand? Like, he hasn't shot his friend or whatever. Like, I'm not justifying that, but what I'm trying to say is that they did the same thing. The police criticize him for shooting someone. They just fucking shot someone randomly as well. Like,
I know, but it's their job. It's their job to stop him, and he was just driving
but he wasn't threatening
out.
them. He was running over. He was right. He wasn't running them over. Police was in front of him, and he just moved the car a bit. He wasn't running the guy over.
But he wasn't just gonna move the car.
He wasn't gonna run him over. I think that's a bit excessive, bro.
He was gonna drive off recklessly, yes, and he's just come from a shooting. I mean, obviously, look, you don't want to shoot him. The best scenario there is he's alive and you put him in prison or do whatever. But the situation is like, you're in a high heat situation. If you're a police officer, this guy's been involved in the shooting. You're not just going to go, he just got away. Okay. It's hard. It's hard. I mean, it's a hard situation, but like, I would think that it's like, you can see it from both sides. I would say it's hard to like sympathize with Chris Kaba there, because it's like you've lived a life that you're not trying to choose the right way, and then also you're not trying to I guess redeem that in the last moments, but also you do feel bad for the families because they had to lose a son there, and then you also feel bad for the police because think about the backlash they got for like 5 years, or like however long years that they like there's, you know.
I don't know, man. Yeah. Have you noticed, by the way, something else where, like, you know, evil people like Benjamin Netanyahu and that? Have you noticed that, like, their facial features look evil? It's so fucking weird.
Are you talking about just not even just their facial features, it's like their expression?
Yeah, like you can see it. You can see it manifest in their face, bro.
Like they're just kind of like almost like cartoony. Like it's like when your head just points down and they're just kind of like looking like a devil.
Bro, I swear to God, it's literally like that. And it's like, I've seen a picture of Elon Musk looking evil as fuck. I've seen a picture of Trump looking evil as fuck. And I've seen a picture of Netanyahu looking evil as fuck. You can... and there's only one explanation. It's that their face is just reflecting what's inside.
That's what they're feeling inside, man.
Do you know what I mean? That's literally what they are feeling in their heads. And it manifests. Like, what's in is out and what's out is in. You know what I mean?
I mean, you know, it is quite interesting when you look at their faces. Like when he was sitting with Trump, I was looking at him. I was like, he looks evil,
bro. Like you can like.
Or is that what's in our heads? Like, are we just thinking?
No. I can show you pictures, bro. I can show you. I'll show you.
I mean, he does look evil. Like, I mean, the stuff that I've seen. But like, I'm just thinking, is that also something that I'm just putting in my head because I like have this kind of like outlook on him?
Yeah. But anyway, we need to wrap up soon. But let's leave it on the final note. After all this discussing Israel and stuff, you know, things come back full circle too. anti-Semitism.
It seems like there's
the threat of anti-Semitism, I think, is.
it seems like it's the circle of life. But
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm seeing IG reels every day saying we fought the wrong people in World War II. History, history repeats itself.
that's
History
crazy.
repeats itself.
That's
I mean,
crazy. That's crazy.
um,
I mean, they did kill Jesus. No, I'm joking. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
at the end of the day, so I mean, it comes back full circle. But I'm just telling you right now, like people like Candace Owens and Dan Bilzerian, bro, they are not on our side. They're just exploiting Zionists' crimes.
Candace Owens.
Yep, they're exploiting Zionist crimes to they pretend to care about Muslim people, but they just anti-Semites, bro. They're just begging for Hitler, bro. I promise you, they just want Hitler, like.
They're doing the demon ritual, trying to get him out of his grave.
Like, do you think Candace Owens and Dan Bilzerian really give a fuck about Muslim lives?
Dan Bilzerian, who the fuck? Why is this guy even in the picture?
Do you know what I mean? Like, he definitely hated Muslims. He definitely hated Muslims before, like, until a few months ago. You know what I mean? Probably wiped his fucking digital footprint. But yeah, bro. Especially with all these people in power, man. Like, Jews in power and stuff. OpenAI CEO putting the Star of David. Whoa, it's dangerous. These are dangerous wars.
Put down your Twitter profile picture.
So yeah. Stop anti-Semitism. Stop Zionism.
Yeah, and bring AI.
Yeah, bring AI, and just everyone can live a good life, man. So yeah, it's been the Revolutionary Pod. We're out.